Welcome back to ELD with Meeks and Bradley. This week we're going to be covering types of plural nouns. So last week we covered types of nouns, and that included our people, places, things, and ideas. This week we're going to look at how to make them plural, which means more than one. So what if I have more than one? So typically our regular nouns are going to have just an S added to them. So over here we have the word chair, and in regular nouns all we need is that extra S at the end. So you can go ahead and add that to your notes or any definitions that you need. And then we're going to cover some of the more difficult plural nouns. And when I say difficult, I mean they just have special rules based on the letters that are at the end of each word. So, making regular nouns plural. So in our regular nouns, we talked about just adding the S. So in car, we would add the S and spell it cars. For books, same here. And again, these are our regular nouns, a combination of people, places, things, or ideas. Apples, so just adding that S at the end. Friends, and again, feel free to add any or all of these examples to your notes. And of course, tigers. You're going to see our tiger repeat many times throughout our slides and our presentations. All right, so cars, books, apples, friends, and tigers. So moving into some of our other rules, this is when to add ES. So you'll notice in English, when we make a word plural, you have the S and the ES. So when do we use this suffix? When words end in S already, when they end in SH. We're going to talk about the Z. There are some doubling rules we'll cover later. So for now, we're just going to focus on spelling. CH, like our word peach here, and X's. So anytime you see one of these 5 combinations or endings on a word, you're going to add ES instead. So just for S, we have glasses. You'll notice, and this just happens to be our examples, that a lot of our words end in a double S, but anytime a noun ends in an S, we're going to use ES. So glasses, classes, just like the class we're taking here. Passes, something everybody needs as you're walking the hallways of your schools. Lenses, now lenses, regardless of whether it's a photo lens or a lens for the glasses you wear on your face, lenses has an S at the end, so add ES. And dresses. So again, if you're taking notes or you're using one of our worksheets, there's space for you to add. So there we see our ES, 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 very consistent. So we're going to see this for the next 4 more rules. So here we have CH. So same thing here. Nouns that end in CH also add the ES. So we have ranches, benches, watches, lunches, and matches. So hopefully this is also just a little extra practice on spelling. There's our ES at the end. So here's our CH and then our added ES. Bench, again, our CH at the end, and benches. And it does make an extra sound, right? We have that watch is. So when you hear it, you'll hear that ES sound as well. So not only are we writing, but we also hear it when we say it. Lunches. And of course, are matches. And again, we're talking about nouns, so people, places, things, ideas. Rules get different when we talk about verbs, so ES, 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 and ES to make our nouns plural. All right, now on to the SH. So this is our sh sound, nouns that end in SH. So we see them all here. We have dish, wish, splash, bush, and flash. So again, we're going to continue to add our ES. So dishes. Make sure that ES is there. Work on that pronunciation as well. So wish and wishes. Splash and splashes. Then we have bush and bushes. And I don't know about you, but just to help me retain information, I like to add my drawings to my notes. Helps me process information. But if they're already there, or you're not much of an artist and you want to just go ahead and add them in, maybe print your own pictures, but the focus is our spelling. So dishes, wishes, splashes, bushes, and flashes. And I think we have 2 more categories. The X. So believe it or not, the X, when we want to make it plural, we also add the ES. You've probably seen it in words. Now keep in mind, this is for the word tux, not tuxedos. That changes our rule. So if we have an X at the end of our noun, same thing, we're going to go ahead and add that ES. Boxes, tuxes, axes, duplexes, and taxes. And I do recommend that you take the time to spell out the words completely. It's very tempting to just want to list the words and add ES, ES, ES. It definitely helps with spelling if you take the time to spell out each word individually. But that is our pattern. Now our last category, I believe, is the Z. So when we have words that end with Z, we do want to be careful. When we get down to quizzes, we do have to add another Z. We will be covering doubling rules for letters later, but for now, we're just going to focus on adding the S to make it plural. So waltzes, if you're learning to waltz and you're learning different types of waltzes, this would have an ES. Buzzes, so again, this is a noun. It's not the action that the bee is doing, but the buzzes the bee makes. Fizzes, and again, some of these words might sound like they're being used as verbs. We are talking about nouns. And then quizzes, not anyone's favorite, of course, except in some of these classes. You're like, yes, it's a chance to show your mastery, your skill, things you've learned. And you'll notice we did add another Z. For now, memorize the spelling. We'll teach you how to do that later according to some fun rules. So quizzes, fizzes, buzzes, and waltzes. So if you have any questions, now's a good time to let us know. You can send them in by email at the end of any of our videos, in our comment section. We'll be happy to answer them. And if you're in our class, just let us know. Have a great day.